Hi there, my name is Michael. I'm a social tenant in Kent, and we are currently challenging the corporate giant Riverside Housing Association, who is evicting families from more than 26 properties in the current block of flats that we live in. We firmly believe that they wish to replace the existing families with new ones so that they can set up new tenancy agreements, affording them the opportunity to earn an extra £50,000 out of this building. Now, the only way that Riverside can get this extra money per year is by making sure that there are new tenants in this building rather than the existing tenants. The way they've done that is to issue assured short-hold tenancy agreements to the residents in this building, which means that there are no checks and balances in place for them to evict people out of the building. They are an alleged charity. Now, we've formed an association nicknamed STARC, which is Social Tenants and Residents Community. Now, community for us is something which is of great importance, because as a community we look out for each other. And the only way we can do that is by sticking together, by banding together and making this plea, because we just believe that what Riverside is doing is wrong. It's absolutely wrong. It's immoral for them to be able to treat hard-working people like us. And to be quite honest with you, most of us come from key working positions. Some of us are nurses, some of us are teachers. Now, I believe that Riverside has approached the entire situation with our building incorrectly, because they have properties in central London that they're charging less rent for than we are paying currently here in Kent. Now, I don't know, I just feel that something is drastically wrong here, and the only way that we can fight this is by taking Riverside to task. Now, I've lived here for nearly 5 years. Some of the people in this building have lived here for over 6 years already. The tenancy agreements that they hold mean that Riverside now has there's no checks and balances. They don't have to have a reason to evict us from this building. And I can't say this more. I just believe that is morally wrong. We need to be able to have a means to fight back. You can't take families away from their communities. You can't take families with children from their schools. You can't take people that are working specifically in an area, and they've specifically come to live in this area so that they don't have to commute. That would all have to change if we moved out of this building. Now, the state of the building itself, there have been problems with it, granted. We have had incidences where we've had windows fall out of the building, one narrowly missing some pedestrians, and the second one unfortunately fell on some poor fellow's Mercedes-Benz. And he was just on a night out and came back with a great big 60-kilogram window stuck through his car. That makes it unsafe. But these are maintenance issues. We have never been told of any structural issues with the building. There are a couple of leaks. We feel that Riverside is making up stories because they don't actually have a reason. They've never engaged in us in any shape, way or form to explain to us why they're doing this. They have constantly ignored all correspondence we have sent to them, and they refuse to actually sit down with us and discuss an alternative to their current way they're doing. Now, obviously, we've had to counter this, and we've taken on professional advice. And he even doubts whether the building would pass a fire and safety exam. For the simple fact is there are fire doors that don't open correctly, or there are fire doors that do not close. We have staircases leading to a fire escape that first go up and then go down. So any person who is unabled or unable-bodied would never be able to negotiate those stairs. And bearing in mind that there are a lot of young families in this building that have children that are still in buggies, they would never be able to get them out of the building either. So we find that these ordinary hard-working people, we need a helping hand. We need to be able to fight Riverside on an even playing field. And the only way we can do that is with professional help, so that they don't have an opportunity to make an extra £50,000 a year, which is what we estimate they will get in revenue out of this building by evicting us. This is all happening here, and it's happening now. And everywhere that Riverside is able to do this, could have the potential for other housing associations to follow suit. Now, Riverside is in over 100 councils around the country, in both England and in Scotland. They own more than 55,000 properties. That has the potential of nearly 200,000 people that this affects, if this is allowed to carry on further and if they are not checked in their methods. Please, if you can donate anything to help us with our fight against Riverside. Myself personally, my family, and the community which I currently call home would really like to hear from you. Thank you.